Let's do an experiment. Let's see if we can trick your body into running faster. We're going to use some downhill sprints and drills and see if they can make the athletes run faster in terms of a timed 20 meters using the free lap timing system. So what's this all about? Well, we're going to use the potentiation effect. If you do certain activities that use the same muscle groups at a high intensity, a high neural output, then the likelihood is that you can charge up, increase the muscular outputs of a subsequent very similar activity, as I've said. Firstly, I got Paul and Ignatius to do their drills on a slight downgrade on grass. So you're seeing the drills on the screen now. For example, scissor bounds and low to high cycles. The downgrade made the foot strikes quicker. After the drills, the guys did some downhill runs, build-up runs on grass, and then we transferred to the car park using a very similar downgrade and did some 20-meter sprints. Now, I didn't film those, however, you're seeing the times that the guys achieved on screen now. So they're about 1/10 to 1200ths of a second slower than their average times for on flat PB. Both said they were slightly holding back slightly as well, due to the gradient and not being so used to running downhill. We then transferred to the track and I measured out a 20-meter fly section with a 10-meter split as well, because I wanted to see whether the athletes were actually increasing their speed across the 20-meter section or slowing down. Ideally, you want equal times for both splits or slightly quicker for the second one. You don't want to see a big discrepancy between the two 10-meter splits. Now, the interesting thing was that both guys were complaining of feeling lethargic. It was very hot and it was relatively early on a Saturday morning. So each of them did 3 runs, and rather surprisingly to them, they ran very close to their personal best in the case of Paul, and Ignatius actually achieved a personal best of 2.05 seconds for a fly 20 meters. Now, it does appear that the downhill drills and runs did potentiate the on-flat 20-meter sprints as well. This needs to be mediated a little bit as there are only 2 athletes, and I do need to do more research with my athletes. However, speaking of research, it does appear from the sports science world that performing downhill runs, drills, can actually potentiate flat sprinting. Now, it does that, as I indicated at the beginning of the video, by lighting blue touch paper to your neuromuscular system. So it fires that system, those systems up to a much greater extent and enables the body to express more power. And the secondary interesting point is that the times on the downhill were not faster than the times on the flat. So I did note that the guys weren't running 100%, but you would think that even at 90% downhill, you'd run close to your on-flat 20 meters, but that didn't actually happen. There are various reasons for that, notably that downhill gradients and running can affect the stride technique, and in particular create braking forces when traveling downhill. Also, the time on the ground therefore increases on foot strike and doesn't increase as you might think it would. Now, I'll say more about the rationale for overspeed, downhill sprinting and other overspeed methodologies in a subsequent video, as there are ways around that rely on high-tech kit. But for now, we'll leave it at that. So it does seem that doing downhill sprints and downhill drills can potentiate on-flat sprint performance. So I'd recommend that you guys experiment with that in your training to see whether it does for you. If you have any specific questions on the subject matter of this video, then do leave them in the section below or through my other social media. And if you'd like to become a channel member and learn more about how to be a better athlete or a coach, then do go to the home page of the channel on your desktop and click on the join button to see what offers are available. Many guys have signed up to become Coach Athlete members, and there you'll get a monthly exclusive video which really delves deeper into the subject matter and topics that will improve your performance. And do subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell notification icon so you'll be notified as to when I upload new videos. And do like this video as well. And of course, good luck with your training and any competitions that you've got coming up. Interested in the extremely portable and accurate free-lap timing system, then do drop me a message. The system is accurate to 2/1000 of a second and can time end times and split times.